It is 1 o'clock and I am here all by myself. So we'll wait a few minutes, see who shows up, take it from there. Wonderful day. Malik's here.
Hey, is it working? I
can
never
hear
really
you,
used
Malik.
this before.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm new to this all too. The first time I did it, I was hoping it was all working, but I can hear you okay.
That's the camera.
Yep. You are all set, Malik.
All right.
I'm going to wait a few minutes and see who else shows up, and we will take it from there.
Right. So how's this online class supposed to go?
Basically, the idea is that we take the notes that you got, because yeah, Malik, you picked up yours. Owen, you got yours. So basically, the notes that we were supposed to go over from, oh shoot, I got the notes out of order, from the 16th up through today, which is the 24th. And so anything that stood out, you wanted to talk about, didn't make sense, hard to understand, or, just something, impressionable that, you kind of want to go over. That's kind of the game plan.
If we had a
Still install it because
okay.
Yeah. Owen's here.
Good morning, Owen.
Ew, who's that Malik? Hey, it's being recorded, Joe.
It's morning in Denver and LA anyway.
Fair enough. Well, I didn't really have any specific questions like any of the notes.
All right. Well, we'll wait a couple more minutes.
The only question, only questions I have about is the work, because I'm doing most of it on paper.
Mm-hmm.
So,
trying to think.
like, have down the note.
If you want, you can take. Are you doing the homework as well, or just the warm-ups, or?
I've been doing the warm-ups.
Yeah, that's right.
And I've been recording down the work on a note card. Plus, my computer's a bit slow.
Okay.
As it is, so I've been doing what I can.
Okay. If you want to take a picture of the homework, as long as you write your name on it, because I've been printing them out just so I can have them. If you want, you can take a picture of the assignments, make sure they're fully labeled so I know what you're doing, and I can grade those. The 30 questions for Unit 5 were due last week. So if you want to do the same thing with the 30 questions for Unit 5, you can. And 6 is going to be due April 2nd, I think.
Yeah, the thing with Unit 5.
Mm-hmm.
we didn't get some of our stuff back because we also didn't expect to be out.
Wait,
We
say
did,
that.
didn't. So a lot of my questions for Unit 5 I don't have for the 30 questions.
Gotcha.
Because I do record most of mine on one sheet of paper.
Right.
So I didn't have all of them.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I didn't even think about that. You're the first person to bring it up. What I've been doing is I haven't been giving anybody late credit yet, and unless something really weird happens, I probably won't. So, excuse me. Just go ahead and, the only thing I could probably tell you to do is to, you can use Weebly and look up the assignments and just start from scratch as far as Unit 5 goes. Just get to it, the sooner the better. And then when you do that and submit it, then you can go ahead and start on 6.
All right.
Tiandre was here this morning. He was.
Oh yeah, I got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
I got a question about the packet. Like, I thought we maybe come in. I thought we the school a bit early, like since it's gotta be like in May. Can I just send you like a Google Docs with all the 30 questions?
Yeah, Google Docs is actually the easiest way to do it. That's the preferred method. But if you got problems, like Owen was talking about, you can do it through pictures as well. So I'm trying to be flexible with you guys.
Oh, okay.
I know Tiandre was asking earlier about.
I was
I'll go
world.
I'm sorry, Owen, I didn't catch that.
Unit was a world. Unit 5 was a or just rise of data and all that.
You were cutting out a little bit. Are you asking about which unit is about what?
Unit 5 is or yeah.
I'm gonna try to use the text thing because your voice is cutting out a little bit. It's on the chat thing, so. There we go. Let's try that. Yeah, Tiandre was asking about the Yalta conference earlier in the morning. I think it was Tiandre. No, somebody did. Tiandre was there. Raul was there. I'm trying to think who else. Stephanie. I can't remember the fourth person. Oh, it was Dewan. Dewan was there. Hey, Virginia's here. Gotta love Google Captions. They don't know what I'm saying half the time.
Yeah, okay.
Man, Virginia.
Just click on Zoom and
Can you hear me?
Hey, Isaiah is here too.
yeah, let's just use my phone, bud.
Yeah.
My fault.
Never mind.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm cleaning.
You're good.
I wonder how school days are gonna work.
Okay, if we get that, we could just forget that one.
You asking about like makeup days or anything like that?
Yeah, after May 15th.
Yeah, May
Especially if we're
5th.
supposed to.
Oh, cool then.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, May 15th's on a Friday. So the earliest we would come back most likely would be Monday, the 18th.
Dang.
And as far as how that's all going to work out, nobody really knows. All we know is they canceled state exams, but they might have teacher exams. And if you got AP classes, those are going to go on regardless, at least as of this moment.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
The only reason I ask about that is because, well, May 28th being our original graduation day,
Right.
it's kind of confusing on how we're gonna have that little true school time with all this sick time.
I thought the same thing yesterday when they made that announcement.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do.
Okay.
Mr.
Zellman?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. It's about the notes.
Go for it. That's what I wanted to hear.
What's it supposed to even be about? Cold War with what, North Korea?
Well, North Korea is part of the Cold War, but the big thing is it's this long period of tension after World War II between us and the Soviets that goes, basically right at the end of World War II in 1945, and that goes all the way up through 1990 or so. Unit 6 is like the most tense part in the beginning before everybody kind of settled in and got used to it. So Unit 6 is pretty much 1945 up until like the early 60s. And by the early 60s, things were kind of settling into a routine and people were getting used to it.
Oh. Because there's a part on the notes. Let me look at them real quick.
Yeah, I've got them in front of me.
Okay. It's like this part. I didn't get it. What does it mean by brutal questions and bully? And it says the arrow and it has like McCarthyism highlighted.
Yes, let me pull. That's today's notes. Yeah, that was our warm-up assignment. Was about McCarthy. Yeah, so you got this senator from Wisconsin. He is a crazy fool. He's a drunk on top of it all. And McCarthy is obsessed with finding out like secret communists hiding in the United States. So McCarthy takes, some would say he takes advantage, some would say it all kind of meshes together. But since the American people were scared to death of communists hiding out in the United States, McCarthy, when he started hunting for them, everybody just rolled with it because they're like, yeah, he's doing a good thing. He's going to find the communists. He's going to bring them all out. And so McCarthy, would ask these really brutal questions, very blunt, very scary questions. And if people didn't answer them straight up or the way he wanted you to answer them, he would bully you, he would scare you, he would threaten you. And basically there was no getting out of it. And so that's that method of fear and harsh tactics is known as McCarthyism. This idea that you are going to go after people regardless of whether you have evidence or not, because at the end of the day, it all fell apart because people found out that he didn't have any evidence. That was what the warm-up was about today. The fact that his evidence was bullcrap, but it took people a long time. He was doing this for like 2 or 3 years before he finally screwed himself up. President Eisenhower was even afraid to say anything about him because he said, hey, if I go after McCarthy, all the Americans are going to say, I must be a communist too, because McCarthy was so widely supported by Americans.
They're gonna think he was defending him.
Well, if Eisenhower went after McCarthy, then they would think Eisenhower is a communist.
Oh. That is
So
dumb.
Eisenhower just, stayed quiet and let him trip over himself, which kind of shows Eisenhower's a pretty smart guy.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to show you guys the duck and cover thing today. When you guys have time, today or tomorrow, do like a Google search for this thing called Bert the Turtle.
What's it called?
Bert the Turtle.
Oh.
Is that kind of like the stuff they did in the 80s where like they're like those PSAs like if bomb hide under your desk?
Is it supposed
Well,
to be
it
like a
wasn't-
10-minute video?
No, the Bert the Turtle wasn't a 2-minute video. There's a couple of them. The one I like to show in class is like 10 minutes long because it's like this long thing that they would show in schools about
There's
like,
one. There's one that's like 9 minutes.
Yeah, that's the one
Oh.
to show. And what that is it was, I think Malik just said it, where like you had people telling you to hide under your desk, and it wasn't in the 80s, it was in the 50s. But it went on. I think my mom told me she did these drills, and that was in the 60s. And so what the 9-minute video was something that they would show in schools, like I'm trying to think. Like they start off with this cartoon because their kids are watching it, and so you have Bert the Turtle walking along, and he sees like the bomb go off, and so he like pulls into his shell and he hides. And then they show all these different scenarios, like, hey, if you're in school and you hear the flash, you better run under your desk and hide, and that'll protect you. And then they had like all these other scenarios. What if you're walking to school, you like jump in a doorway, or like if you're in the park, you like, jump under a log or something. It was all kinds of crazy stuff. It's kind of funny. A lot of kids laugh because they're like, there's no way that would protect anybody. And in a nuclear blast, it wouldn't, but it was all about like trying to keep people from panicking and all that.
Mm.
So, because like that's what the Cold War was, especially early on. Everybody was afraid everybody was going to die. Like you could like just be walking down the street, the Russians could nuke us and it would all be over.
What's up with that
That's why
one?
Benjamin loved him so much.
Julius and Ethel Rosenberg.
The Rosenberg, Julius Rosenberg was a nuclear scientist, and he was caught selling secrets to the Soviets. For a long time, there wasn't a lot of good evidence, but later on, a lot of it was classified too. But some of it was declassified, like within the last 5 or 10 years. And so they're pretty sure Julius Rosenberg was selling our nuclear secrets to the Russians. And so they thought that his wife knew about it too. His wife probably didn't know about it, but they tried to offer her a deal to testify against her husband. And she said, I'm not taking any deal. So they accused her of being a communist spy also. And so they executed both of them.
Mm.
Yeah, the H-bomb is like 100 or 1,000 times stronger than the A-bomb. The A-bomb is like what we dropped on Japan at the end of World War II. Like if you dropped an A-bomb on the school, like everything out to about a mile around it would be wiped out. Like if you look at Hiroshima, that's kind of what it looks like. There's like this one spot in Hiroshima where the whole city's destroyed, but like the outer edges of it are like all jacked up, but like there's still stuff there. The H bomb would like wipe out everything in Lexington. There wouldn't be anything left. Like no buildings, no cars, no people, no nothing.
So it's pretty much like the A-bomb, right?
Small and pitiful.
Yeah, the H bomb's more powerful. The H bomb uses a double explosion.
Hydrogen.
Yeah, well, it's you taking hydrogen. You're not taking hydrogen. You're splitting uranium or plutonium, and then it splits into hydrogen atoms. Those hydrogen atoms then smash into each other, forming heavier elements, and that's the double explosion. So whenever you get atoms come together, that's fusion. And so it's fission and fusion together to make this double nuclear explosion. That's why H bomb is so much more powerful than the A bomb.
What is in the thing?
But does it have like a radius? Radius
Yeah, well, it
effect, like
depends.
A-bomb?
You have different sizes. The average size H bomb would destroy and vaporize everything out to like a 10-mile radius. The Soviets came up with one that was almost 100 megatons. If you had something like that, that would wipe out everything, like from here up to Thomasville and down to Spencer, and in a big circle, making all that around. It would like break windows and set fires in High Point. That's how powerful it would be.
That would be great. Like rest.
What about the nitrogen one?
Well, that's what the H bomb is. That's the hydrogen bomb. You got the hydrogen bomb and you got the atomic bomb. Those are the two different kinds of nuclear weapons there are.
No, but like the nitrogen, like the nitrogen with an N.
There's no nitrogen bomb. There's a neutron bomb. The neutron bomb.
Or like the three matter bomb type.
I haven't heard of that one. There's the normal A bomb, H bomb. There's a neutron bomb, and then there's what's called a dirty bomb.
It's the. I think it's this one. The nitrogen. The Julius and Esther. No.
Do you guys have anything about trying to think, the Korean War,
Could you talk about
NATO, Marshall Plan,
HVAC?
Wait, the what?
Iron Curtain, how World War II ended, any of that stuff?
I mean the one that has.
I'm just trying to get my damn computer to work.
Oh, I'm in the right one.
What was the phone call about that the school did last night?
I'm trying to remember. Basically, they were.
Wasn't it about jackets?
Oh yeah. That's right.
Something about that.
On Friday, they're going to have it where if you did work on paper at home and you want to turn that in, you can drop it off Friday, and they'll turn that back into teachers to grade. And then they'll also have new work that will get you through April 9th, which is when spring break was supposed to start.
Okay.
Like between the 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock classes, I ran off new notes and reading packets that'll get you all the way through April 9th.
Because I didn't know about it last time.
Boy, they sent the messages out for that one too, I think.
Yeah, and like normally when I hear school calls, I don't really pay attention.
Yeah.
And then that day, my mom had to go to work, so I had no ride.
Oh man.
Yeah.
When did you find out about it?
Just walking up.
I think it was like at 12 or 11.
You should have texted one of your friends and had them pick them up for you.
I know that's what I'm gonna do this time.
Okay, well, that's not a bad idea.
The only friends I have I get to see until May 15th.
Oh no, it's the antimatter bomb. Have you heard of this settlement?
I've heard of them trying to come up with antimatter weapons. Antimatter all by itself is already a weapon because whenever antimatter
You get a
comes into
teaspoon
contact
right in your
with
lips.
regular matter, it explodes.
Dude, it's literally the one thing you don't want to have your hands on.
And he's talking.
But you know, it totally doesn't really.
Like whenever they find it, they got to use magnets to prevent it from coming into contact with regular matter.
Hmm. So it hasn't come out yet.
I'm trying to think. It's one of the things that comes out of nuclear explosions, I think. But like, there's so little of it. Like, the whole world, like, you know, you could probably fit like all the antimatter in the solar system into like a big gulp from 7-Eleven. Because it doesn't take much. I mean, like a few atoms of antimatter would blow up the school.
Dang. And where did they get all of this from? Like, do they have to
That's like
dig it
one
out
of the
of
most
like,
It exists in nature. Like it floats around in outer space. But you know, in outer space, there's so few atoms in outer space. The antimatter won't collide with regular matter very often, and when it does, you know, it's just, you know, too little atoms. You have to like get it into a concentrated form to do anything with.
Oh, so that's how so is that how the black holes that's how they appear in space
Now,
because of
black
those
holes
collapsing?
are stars that have exploded and collapsed on themselves.
Oh,
Like technically, what's left of the star is still there. You just can't see it because its gravity's so strong you can't see the light coming off of it.
yeah, but supposedly it sucks everything in.
Right. If you get close enough to it, it'll suck you in. If you get close enough to anything big, it'll suck you in. Like if you got close to a star, or like if you got close to the sun, it would suck you into the sun. You know, satellites that don't keep up their speed around the Earth get sucked into the Earth and burn up in the atmosphere.
Yes, we all get sucked in.
Oh, what else did happen? You separate the
Black hole. Don't stop sucking until every atom of your body is disintegrated.
Turns you into spaghetti, chops you up into pieces. It's not a fun way to go. So, trying to think.
So I'm guessing the antimatter bomb is the bombs of all bombs, right?
Is the bombs of what?
All bombs.
Well,
Like the
like I
key,
said, it doesn't exist. It's like one of those science fiction type things, or something they might be working on, you know, secretly. But yeah, there's no like stash of antimatter bombs or anything like that.
Yeah.
So right now the highest one is the hydrogen, I guess.
Yeah, the hydrogen bomb is the most powerful weapon that exists. I mean, you could wipe out a whole city with one bomb, pretty much. So,
Mr. Zimmerman, I got a question.
go, Isaiah.
I got a question for the notes. What part of the notes right now? Like, there are some that I don't know. Like, where notes are we in right now? What date?
Like, where are we at on the notes?
Yeah.
We are on the page today. If we were in class, we would be on the notes where it says early Cold War in America, Truman and Ike.
Okay, so I was on the right one. I just wanted to know.
Yeah,
I thought it was it.
Thank you.
no problem. All right. Where'd you think we were, Virginia?
I thought it was ick, like sick.
Oh, I got you. No, it's supposed to be Ike. Like there's this, that was Eisenhower's nickname. Instead of people saying Eisenhower all the time, they would just call him Ike.
Oh,
There's
I
a little,
noticed it says Miss Curry's on here. Is she supposed
What
to be like
about-
supervising?
no, she sent an email out. Hold on, let me check real quick. Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, she sent an email out real quick this morning where she said she was curious to see, like, you know, how we were doing this and all that. And so she said, you know, whenever you go online, she wanted to get the login information to just, you know, see how we're doing.
Oh,
See that text she sent out in the chat thing?
I was cleaning. I wasn't paying attention to the text. Oh, thank you for participating in the virtual class. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Oh dang! He already left. Oh well.
I told
Yeah.
Adriana. I told
Yeah.
Adriana to go on the live, and she was like, "I can't. I'm working out right now." She's probably on the couch eating chips.
Yeah, somebody told me that they couldn't come to class because they were doing chorus, and then I found out chorus wasn't doing anything. She just made the whole thing up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. People are trifling.
No, at first, because I got on, I think, at 108. But it's because I went to the email and I didn't refresh it. I didn't see that you had sent out a new one. And I was
Yeah.
using the one from earlier. That's why I was like, ain't nobody on here.
Yeah.
But then, like, I checked again and I seen it.
Yeah, I got to do. Well, I do that a lot with Canvas because people be sending me stuff all the time throughout the day since we've been doing this. And if I don't hit refresh, it doesn't show up. But I got alerts on my phone, so I know when somebody does, and I'll just refresh it.
Yeah, that's how I seen it.
Yeah. So, trying to think. Yeah, Malik was here. No, Malik wasn't here this morning. I was thinking about Dewan. I don't know why. Does anyone else have anything?
Nope.
What do you mean?
You know, just basically about the notes. You know, we had a good discussion about them. I wasn't sure if anyone had any questions about how World War II ended. We, you know, just need to be keeping up with both the Canvas and the homework assignments online. And then just submit the 30 questions in a timely manner. And we'll just keep going from there. What I probably will do sometime in April is do kind of like a summary kind of test. And I'm trying to work out the details as far as how it's going to work. But if I do it, it'll be one of those where I'll just count it if it helps your grade out. And I don't want to stress you guys out with a test, but I kind of want to see where you're at too.
I seen something that somebody posted. I think it was on Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
And they posted saying that the exams wouldn't count anymore.
Did I talk about the exams with you guys today?
It was the standardized test that would count.
Right. There's no North Carolina final exams. There's no EOCs. I don't think there's CTEs either. The only standardized exams that they're going to have are the AP exams. There will probably be some kind of teacher-made exams, but I'm not sure about that.
So how is this gonna work
Well,
if we go to college?
like, how's what supposed to work if you go to college?
Because don't they look back at your test scores?
The colleges only look at there's only 3 test scores that colleges look at, unless you're going into like a vocational school. If
Mm-mm.
you're going into a regular 4-year college or university, the only test scores they look at are SATs, ACTs, and AP exams.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just wondering.
Yeah, the only other thing they look at is class rank and your GPA. But they waive the final exams. It's not going to do anything as far as your college is concerned.
Okay.
I mean, there's only like 10 or 12 states that still have schools open right now.
And where are they located?
Mostly like in the Rocky Mountains or the Great Plains states, where like nobody lives.
I think Idaho is one of them that is still open.
Say that again, Raul.
I think one of them is Idaho, the Idaho state.
Yeah, I think Montana and the Dakotas are open. I mean, those states are so big. Like they make North Carolina look small. They're like 2 or 3 times the size of our state, but they have like 1 million people or less. So it's a lot harder for the virus to spread out there because the people are just so spread out.
Who's trying to go there anyways?
People who don't want to get sick right now, I bet.
Fair enough.
We should all go there.
That kind of defeats the purpose. If you tell everybody, then everyone's going to go out there and get everyone sick again. You got to be secret about it. We can't tell anybody we're going out there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it unless anybody has anything else.
Oh, I have a question. But
Yeah.
it's not about it. It's just like out of curiosity.
Mhm.
Why are people going so crazy over the toilet paper?
Because they're crazy.
Because I seen something and apparently, I don't know who started it, but they're saying that if you get sick, that you need to wrap yourself in toilet paper.
You got some dumb
Yeah.
people out there.
And people are believing it. I went to the store and they were like, yeah, I seen they said that and I don't want to get it, so I came to buy some toilet paper.
If a surgical mask isn't going to protect you from coronavirus, which it won't, but they're wearing them anyway.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what toilet paper wrapped around you like a mummy in Egypt is going to do.
But people were believing it and that's why they were buying a lot. I was so mad.
Yeah, I think people just do that because they know people are going to fall for stuff on Snapchat, which is pretty sad. I want to show you guys a video real quick. It's about 50 seconds. My morning kids thought it was kind of funny, so just give me a second.
Okay.
Oh, just make sure it has sound, because whenever you present to us, it had no sound.
Yeah, I forgot to hit the thing on it, so my entire screen. Yes, I want to share it, and I think I got it. All right, y'all can see it okay?
Yeah.
All right, so here it goes.
There's no sound, Selman.
I can see it, but I can't hear it.
Yeah, like we can see it, but we can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Oh, let me try this. Let me put the captions on. See if that works.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Do y'all see the date on that?
1970 something.
Yeah, 1973. It all comes back around.
This stuff kind of reminds me of like
Oh, I seen something. Okay, but this one's weird. I was gonna ask you because
Mhm.
we just got done. We were on the topic what through the 1920s.
Yeah,
Okay, so there is a post and it says I think every 1,000 or every 100 years there was like a virus going around.
yeah. In 1918, you had a flu that was so bad it killed like millions of people around the world. Like that's what the flu that comes around every year this time of year. It's like descended or a mutation of that flu.
that's weird.
And then there was a
You just
book.
do a search of like flu of 1918, it'll pop up.
There was a book that this like psychic wrote or whatever, and she got almost everything right. She
Yeah,
put that.
my mom took a picture of that and sent it to me and my wife, and my wife actually has like all of her books, and my mom wants her to sell it because you can't find the book anywhere.
Yeah, I was trying to look it up, but there's only pictures of that page.
Yeah.
Do you think she was lying, or do you think that she really knew?
I don't. I mean, I tease my wife about it a lot. I'm like, that book is like 300 pages thick, and like, dude, nobody talks about all the other stuff she said in there. So how much stuff did she get wrong? And she looked at with that. It's like those old school clocks, like the one I have hanging up above the projector. Like if the battery dies, it's still going to be right twice a day.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Mr. Zoma, I got a question.
Go for it.
Like you were around during like the 90s. This kind of remind me of like the Y2K stuff that happened back then.
Like, do you want me to talk about Y2K?
Like I know about, but like I heard like a lot of people stocked up stuff in the stores. I was wondering if this was kind of similar to that, but like
No, this is like there's nothing that I've experienced like this where like everybody is like hoarding everything. And like I was taught, like when this all started like a few weeks ago, I was standing behind some dude at Aldi's, and he was like 70 something, and he said he's never seen anything like this either. Like Y2K, people were freaking out because they thought anything with a computer chip in it was gonna like die or explode on January 1st. But they didn't think they were gonna run out of food or any of that stuff.
oh okay.
What are we gonna do when we return back to school? If we do.
What we're probably gonna do is just I got to look at the pacing guide. I got to see if we were supposed to be reviewing a May 18th, and I'm looking it up as we're talking, or if we were still finishing Unit 8, which is, I know we would be on Unit 8 unless we were reviewing already. Unit 8 is just like recent events, pretty much. Oh no, we would have been reviewing because yeah, the Unit 8 test was supposed to be May 14th or 15th. Yeah, so we would just be doing a straight review. I would probably make up some kind of review packet for a teacher-made test if we were giving one, and we would just be going over it, and I would be probably giving you time in class to work on that or make up missing assignments.
Okay.
Because if we come back on May 18th, we're too far out to be doing notes. Like Owen said earlier. We're going to be here on the 18th of May, and then the next week y'all are graduating. So.
How is that even gonna work if we haven't even taken our pictures?
I thought you guys already took pictures for the yearbook and all that.
For the yearbook, but I'm talking about like the cap and gown pictures.
Oh, that's a whole separate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't keep up with any of that stuff because it doesn't concern me. That's just like for your own personal stuff, isn't it?
Basically.
Do the yearbook people come and take those, or who actually takes those pictures?
I think it's Life Touch, whatever they're called.
Yeah. So it's the same people who do the yearbook pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. If anybody would know, it would be Miss Horder. You might email her.
Okay. Because I was about to go get my nails done, and they were gonna be like $50. Now
Right.
I thought all the manicure places closed down. Like them and all
They're,
the
they're closing down tomorrow at 5.
yeah.
Wait, so are we still graduating on our graduating day? Which
Probably.
is oh,
But the kids this morning were asking us about, the prom. I'm like, they're gonna have, someone said, they're gonna have to refund all the prom money.
Mm. What's unit 7 supposed to be about?
Say again?
What's unit 7 supposed to be about?
Unit 7 is 2 big things. It's, how like Unit 3 was World War I and then the 1920s?
Mm-hmm.
So Unit 7 starts off with the Civil Rights Movement. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Greensboro 4, and then it goes into the Vietnam War, because the Vietnam War, really shook up society in the 60s and 70s.
Mm. And then unit 8 was just going to be a review?
Unit 8 is everything from Nixon as the president up through the present.
Oh.
So it's like the 70s, 80s, the 90s, 9/11, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Oh, I have another question. Are you going to have anything for April 2nd?
April 2nd is in the new packet that I just ran off earlier today. The notes you have now, I think, are through March 31st, because that's when Governor Cooper said earlier that we might reopen. So that's what that packet was. And then the new packet is from that date through April 9th.
Okay. Because that day I have an appointment and I have to go get my braces.
Okay. Yeah, I'm flexible about when you submit stuff as long as you get around to it.
Okay.
Trying to think. The most of the teachers' new packets that are coming out this week on Friday, they're going to be on blue paper, most of them.
Blue paper?
Yeah, because they didn't want you guys to get confused over what the first packets you got were and the new packets you got.
Oh.
So I think that the idea was if we put this packet on blue paper, you'll know you got it after the white paper, and then maybe the next one will be pink or yellow or something, so you'll know that one will be third and keep them in order or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I like how the captions keep thinking Malik is saying Google all the time. You guys have anything else?
Not really.
Okay. Well, I'm just reminding you guys, especially Malik and Virginia, since you all weren't here this morning, if you have any questions you want to do over a video chat, I've got office hours online today at 3 and Thursday at 3. That'll be every week until we get back. And if not, then we'll just have our next class at at 9 o'clock on next Tuesday, a week from today. It's just like today. You can pick between 9 o'clock or 1 o'clock. It's up to you. You can email me. I'm pretty good at keeping up with the email. The only thing I would ask is if you have any, if you're submitting stuff online, it helps me a lot if you can submit it during the school day. When I leave at 3:30, I've noticed I've got a whole bunch of assignments coming in at like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. And it's like making me stress out and do a lot of work at home. So I'm trying to do as much work here as I can. So.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna ask Malik or Raul something. Do either of you two guys have a truck?
If we have a what?
No.
Truck.
What?
I was trying to get someone who is 18 with a truck to help me on Thursday and make some money.
Doing
I'm
what?
still I'm open to making money.
Well, if
Doing
you're 18
what?
and you have a truck, I can hook you up with helping me throw an old sofa away.
Mm.
Well, that would be nice, but I would need a truck
I
first.
think I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I was just seeing if I would get lucky or not as far as the truck goes. I'll figure out something.
Well, time to go to fourth period. It's 1:50. The bell rang.
I know, right? All right, I'll let you all be.
Right.
All right.
Take it
Y'all have a
easy.
good one.
You
Thanks.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Damn, Malik, it's me and you.
Yeah, right.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Standoff. Well, I got one thing
What?
to say. Jeff
Okay.
Epstein didn't kill himself. Good night.
If I have what?
Oh wait. Oh wait, I said Jeff Epstein didn't kill himself, but I thought I was pressing the disconnect button, but I pressed the camera button. I have made a fool of myself. Wait, is this the right one? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh shoot, I'm still connected. Oh, shoot. Oh wow. Bye everyone.